Hi everyone, this is the group simulation for the SPJIMR Mumbai interview. This is particularly a group interview that SPJIMR conducts every year. We are live with PrepBee currently. We have 5 participants over here. My name is Abhilash and we have the other mentor, Rishabh. Rishabh, can you please introduce yourself a bit?
Hi folks, Rishabh this side. I am a first year PGDM IM student here at PrepBee, here at SPJIMR. And yeah, we will be doing a mock simulation of the GI which generally gets conducted in SP. And yeah, hopefully people will get a good insight about how it happens. And yeah, this is just for learning purpose.
And my name is Abhilash. I am currently a PGPM student at SPJIMR, which is a 18-month accelerated program. So this interview is going to test the participants more, not only more on the technical aspects, but also on the ethical and the responsibility aspects. So we can start with the interview, Rishabh. And I hope participants, you are all ready, and I hope you are not nervous. Okay. Rishabh, go ahead.
Okay, guys. Firstly, let's start with Ishita. So, can you give a short intro about yourself?
Hi everyone, my name is Ishita Saxena and I'm currently working in TCS for the last 2 years and I'm working as an SAP ABAP developer there. And earlier I have graduated in Electronics and Communication Engineering from YMCA University Faridabad. And yes, currently, yeah, that's all about my introduction. And I'm aiming for SPJIMR because
Okay. So Ishita, you have been in TCS, like you have been in the tech domain for a while now. I see it's like 26 months in your
yeah,
profile.
yes, correct.
And you have also been had an internship of product marketing intern.
Yes, correct.
And there's something you have done on the data side also.
Hmm.
Backend data sub certifications I see you have.
Hmm.
Can you tell me, are you aware of data analytics?
Yes, I am aware of data analytics. Basically, we manage the data. It is similar to
Mm-hmm.
what I do in SAP. So, SAP is an ERP portal in which we
Mm-hmm.
manage the data from all the domains of a business. For example, the sales and distribution, the purchase, the procurement, and everything like that. So, we manage the data and present it in a presentable form, which is readable and understandable. So, I think data analytics is same, just the tools are different.
Cool. So what are the types of data analytics? Data analysis.
I'm not sure about that. Like types in the sense.
Types as in there are generally data analysis can be broadly classified into few categories. So are you aware of the name of those categories by any chance?
No, I'm not aware of that.
Okay, cool. So you mentioned about can you just briefly walk me through your role? Like what have you done in TCS in that
Yes,
26 months?
sure. So I joined TCS in October in 2023,
Mm-hmm,
and for 2 months I was in the initial learning program in which
mm-hmm,
they gave me the initial orientation training.
mm-hmm,
Post that, I was mapped to an SAP project in which I was trained as an ABAP developer. So ABAP is basically the technical language of SAP.
mm-hmm,
Using that, we create programs, function modules, and module pools, and many other objects in SAP basically. So that is same for analyzing databases, the tables
mm-hmm,
which are involved in the businesses. So if you're aware of a company like DMart, so
mm-hmm,
DMart also uses SAP. So in
mm-hmm,
that, the barcodes are printed. So those
mm-hmm,
barcodes are then scanned, and the data is then fed into the SAP portal
mm-hmm.
which we manage and we print the readable formats of it, like tables and other stuff. So,
Cool. Yeah, so that's like a good amount of work if you have like you have done some like decent amount of work also there. But your undergrad is in electronics and telecom, I see. And then you have transitioned to tech, worked for 2 years close to that, and then now you are transitioning to B school. So, like, is there any specific reason like why you are fluctuating so much? Like, what is the guarantee that after a couple of years you will say that B school will not was not a right decision, or for that matter, SP was not a right
no,
decision?
no, no. I don't say that my college was not a nice decision or TCS was not a nice decision.
Mhm.
They both are my decisions and I totally own it up. So electronics, I really liked electronics while my
Mm-hmm.
graduation, but during that COVID lockdown happened, so
Mm-hmm.
there wasn't much offline that I could do. So I
Mm-hmm.
transitioned into IT, through
Mm-hmm.
which I got a job at TCS, and
Mm-hmm.
this product marketing internship I got through college placement. In that
Mm-hmm.
also, I gave my 100% and learned more about marketing, like email campaigning, WhatsApp campaigning, and much more things. So every experience I
Mm-hmm.
learned, I think it gave me a broad idea of how companies work, and everything about that. Like even SAP tells me how companies work. And in the
Mm-hmm.
startup I work, it was like of four people. So very, very early stage startup. So I learned how it begins also. So I think that everything led me to MBA only. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that is my whole motivation, and I don't believe that I'll regret it anytime.
Okay, okay. So let's I'm still not convinced about it. Like, cool. I'll move on to the other question. In your another form, I have seen that you have mentioned that I am quiet at first, expressive once comfortable, right? So that is something which with every person, like 90 to 95% of the people are like that only. Uh, do you think that brings any specific insight about you from what you have mentioned? Like, what is the unique about you that you should be here?
Yeah. So I'm quiet at first. That means that I listen first.
Mm-hmm.
I observe the second person and make them comfortable. When
Mm-hmm.
they are comfortable, then I also become comfortable and we communicate well. So that is what I meant when I said that statement.
Yeah, but that is something others also do, right? Like, so why you over others?
I believe like as I have worked for 2 years and it was mostly solving business issues. So I
Mm-hmm.
believe a good communication skill is very important, and for that, good listening is very important. So I believe that is a good quality. But yeah.
Cool. Another thing I'm seeing is the product marketing internship. So in your internship experience, what does growth exactly meant during that time? Was it the revenue,
So
users, or something else?
So the startup I worked with, it was
Mm-hmm.
just starting. So it was registered then only.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point of time, the growth was basically creating a product and launching it into the
Mm-hmm.
market. So
Mm-hmm.
targeting a set of audience, creating the user persona, like who are we targeting? So my company basically was generating leads kind of company. So it generated leads. So for that, we needed basically we were B2B startup. So
Mm-hmm.
which companies will answer to us? So
Mm-hmm.
no big companies will answer to us. Only small scale companies will ask us to generate leads for them,
Mm-hmm.
because they only replies to, of course, small startups. So
Mm-hmm.
identifying those and identifying their data and reaching out to them through their information of like publicly available information like emails and WhatsApp. That's what
Mm-hmm.
we did for growth.
Okay. Any specific method you guys followed for target, like for segmenting the potential customers, like
Uh,
identification and segmentation?
yes. So basically, there's a feature in LinkedIn in which we can see how many employees are working in that company. So
Mm-hmm.
around 50 to 100 employees if they're working. So we targeted mostly those companies.
Mm-hmm. Cool. I think, yeah, that's fine. Just one last question from my side is, so this is a general question. So you have worked on SAP part a little bit, right? Cloud migration. Uh, what do you think are like three risks which businesses face today during the SAP cloud migration? I'm talking about business risks, not technical.
Can you just repeat your question?
Just tell me two to three risks which businesses face today during the SAP cloud migration.
Okay, so basically, as we are currently going through the migration process, so I
Mm-hmm.
have learned that when we migrate to a different database,
Mm-hmm.
so there is something called as code remediation, because
Mm-hmm.
there are some statements which doesn't work on the new platform.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to go through every custom object we have created, and
Mm-hmm.
then we have to remediate it to the new language.
Mm-hmm.
Also, there is a very potential risk of losing data. So
Mm-hmm.
having backups is very important. So
Mm-hmm.
there are like thousands and crores of data in the tables of a big business. So we
Mm-hmm.
have to have backup of all the tables. So there are around I would say 500 to 600 tables in the for the client I work, and like checking each one of them. Because in SAP we can't do that manually or like that. So we have to create programs for that as well. So that is something I learned. And so the risk is basically the data loss, which is very important for a company.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, when you migrate, then any shop floor item can go defective. So we have to prevent that as well. So code remediation, yes.
Okay, great. I think yeah, that's all for Ishita. Let's now check with Rahul. Rahul, just tell me a brief about you, around 60 seconds.
Sure. I'm Rahul, and I'm born and brought up in Faridabad, Haryana. I did my schooling from there only. Then I went on to pursue my bachelor's in commerce from SRCC. During my time at SRCC, I joined various clubs and did various internships. But one
Mm-hmm.
thing to highlight is that I work with Economic Advisory Council to the Prime Minister on due diligence of a flagship project of which is the like Mission Sarovar.
Mm-hmm.
Then post my graduation, I joined Protivity Consulting in their business consulting practice as consultant L2, where I worked in the process transformation of one of the government scale body. Post that, currently I am working with Bain and Company in their GCC, particularly in the S&M COE,
Mm-hmm.
where I look forward to like the sales and productivity analysis and in the various engagement across different DDs.
Mm-hmm.
Then, apart from my work and my like the extracurriculars, I like to do pencil sketching, particularly monochrome sketching, and which include like facial expressions and all. And in my past, as a pastime activity, I used to play 8 ball pool, like the real 8 ball pool. Yeah, and I also listen to ghazals and retro music theme. So
Okay. So why SP?
YSP,
Mm-hmm.
because while looking for any B school, one thing which matters more is their alumni base,
Mm-hmm.
so that in the longer run, while having the right business knowledge, you have the right set of people. And I believe SPJAN has the right set of people they have, and which will help me in the longer term while managing my business or that matter my job, right? Apart from that, I believe the environment that SPJ provides is like varies a lot. It do not have any bar on the number of freshers they have, the number of work ex people they have, right? So I think that cohort is largely varies. These are the two main reasons that I look forward to YSP.
Okay. But so the first one you mentioned about was alumni networking. That is
Yeah.
something with every B school. The second one you mentioned was regarding the cohort composition and everything. That is also there with a lot of B schools, right? Freshers are allowed in almost every B school. The
Yes.
percentage might vary, but freshers and people from other domains, and not just engineering, but other domains are there in all the B schools almost. So the two reasons you gave are something which is there in every B school. So what makes XP unique in your eyes?
Um, so I would say not every B school provide this cohort structure and the alumni base. I mean, the only the top tier T1 colleges do provide that sort of thing.
Mhm.
So that's why I believe SPJ is one of those I truly want to get into.
So in tier one also, all the colleges almost provide the alumni base and the cohort compositions. So the same thing can be applied for other top tier IIMs also and any other B school in the tier one which you are mentioning. Question is still the same, that why SP? As in something you have in your heart which you feel SP provides better than any other B school, which is why you are sitting for SP interview.
Um, like apart from these two, I'm not very sure of
Mhm.
what things to put forward.
Have you gone through the website of our college?
Yeah.
Okay. What are the top three insights you could get from there?
One is the different the running banner that they have at the bottom of the organization people work in, the alumni people work in.
Mm-hmm.
Then their international exposure.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, then there's this um, cohort mixture. These
Mm-hmm.
three things.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Not an issue. So you have been in Bain and Company, right? Uh, just walk me through the experience over there, without using any consulting jargon.
Sure, sure, sure. So it's been 6 months I've been working here, and I am particularly in the customer COE, which take care of the commercial engine of any
Mm-hmm.
organization. By commercial engine, what I mean is looking at the productivity of their of employees of in any organization, restructuring
Mm-hmm.
the employee base, looking at the spans and layers of the organization. By spans and layers, what I mean is exactly the number of reportings and reportings that they have. So looking at the reporting structure of the organization, then
Mm-hmm.
looking at the quota attainment. Quota attainment is like so if the sales guy has 50,000 rupees of sales quota, how much did he achieve? And looking at the various composition, like how much percentage of people to attain that and how much do not, so that we can change our quota peak and like the bottom tail and the upper tail. So that,
Okay.
yeah.
Cool. So of the 6 months you have worked, so right now there is this advent of AI in a lot of roles, right?
Yeah.
And it is being said that a lot of roles might get extinct or the job description might change. Anything on those lines? Do
uh,
you think it is still needed, like to have the profile in which you are having? That is something which the market research and analysis, that is something which LLM tools can anyway do, right? So how do you see the advent of AI in changing the job roles?
so, sir, how do I look AI is not something, I myself, I'm working for the past like 15, 20 days. I'm working on one of the data cleaning part, which LLM does. Right. We are
Mhm,
creating a tool for our internal COE so that the standard analysis that we do could be
mhm,
done by using a integrated platform where we
mhm,
just put in the raw data and we get the analysis, which we usually take like 2 to 3 days. So
mhm,
we ourselves are doing the job of like switching to and going up to the AI. We do have our internal chat GPT thing where our workplace commands do not get integrated with chat GPT models. Like they do not train their models on our databases, right? So I
mhm,
mean, it is some AI is something which help us in a way we can hone our skills, and not only skills are we can better judgment, we can do better with their analysis. It is not
mhm,
something they are the AI is going to replace us. There might be
mhm,
a chance that the say like back then when there's no AI in place, we have a strength of say 90 analysts in place. But now we do have
mhm.
artificial intelligence. The cohort size of analyst hiring might get reduced, but I'm sure that it is not going. That is something to replace 100%.
Okay, got it. Uh, cool. I think I am sort of just give me a couple of minutes. Yeah, I think uh, that's all from my side. Just a question to Ruhin. Ruhin, can you just tell me where is Rahul from?
Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So I was asking, you were in the interview, right? So can you tell me where is Rahul from?
Rahul is from SRCC College,
Yeah, that is fine. I am asking where he is from. Like he mentioned it in his intro.
Faridabad.
Cool. I think I'm done with my questions. Avilash, you can take over for the other candidates.
Uh, Okay, let's start with Geetika. So, Geetika, just introduce yourself within 60 to 90 seconds. That is one part. And the second part is obviously that Rishabh asked to Rahul, why SPJIMR compared to the other colleges?
Okay, da. Right. So I graduated from Christ College. I did my bachelor's in finance and accounts. And while it gave me a keen sense of financial analysis and reporting, I wanted to understand how do you put that into proper business decisions. So for the same, I started working in oil sector and solvent sector. Got right. And I helped with improving operational efficiency. I helped with improving overall profitability. Um, right. I in my free okay. I also completed my CFA level 1 recently to realize to get a deeper sense of what finance actually entails, except for from accounts. And outside of work, I like reading. Right now, I'm reading Amish Tripathi. I like writing, and yeah, that's it basically. And as for the SPJIMR part, I feel like compared to other colleges which are on outskirts of the cities, SPJIN is like in the middle, in the heart of the Bombay, right? So you get a lot more exposure because there is way more things that you can do. Because when you are in a secluded campus, that there is not much you can explore. Right here, there is a connectivity you can go and actually. Plus, Bombay being the one of the most biggest hubs in the city is a added point as well. In addition to the alumni, the international exposure.
Okay. Uh, so you mentioned the point about most of the colleges are in the outskirts. Okay. But still, they are doing pretty good. Okay. Most of the colleges, tier one or the creme de la creme, what we call,
Yeah, yeah.
all are doing pretty good. So how do you justify the fact that being SPJIMR being in Mumbai is taking head on with the other creme de la creme institutions?
I mean, SPJN is a pretty much very new institution compared to the old ones, right? ABCs and ILKs. But right now it is at par with them,
Okay.
almost at par with them. So that is a added bonus point as well.
Okay. Geetika, just you told that you are reading Amish Tripathi right now. Can you tell me three more books about like three more books of Amish Tripathi, and what have you learned from those particular books?
Okay, see, right now I'm reading the Shiva trilogy. So it has 3 books in it. But other than that, there is the Rama, Sita, and Ravan. That is another trilogy as well. So what I've learned is to become something that a person will always have good and evil in himself or herself, right? But to actually become something, you have to balance both. You can't just be a good person or you can't just be an evil person because karam is always going to come back.
Okay. And how do you think this particular, the current scenario that you described from the book, basically, how does it, make sense for current business leaders who basically focuses more on profitability rather than, the ethics and the societal impact part? How does it make more sense for
Can I
the
use Vijay Mallya as an example? When
Sure.
he had money, he used it. He used it. He made a lot of business choices. He spent lavishly, even personal, and as well as in his business. But after that, we all know what happened with Kingfisher, how it eventually went down. So
Okay.
that seems like a pretty good example of, you can't just focus on big profit profits without ethics.
Okay. Just being on the technical side of what you have mentioned, that you are mostly a finance girl, basically we would say.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So while choosing two projects, okay, just a basic corporate finance, while choosing two projects, uh, which would you consider, NPV or IRR? First of all, let me know what is NPV and IRR is, and which of the two KPIs would you consider while selecting a project?
NPV is the net present value. That is for the future. So I'll use an example, right? So, for example, there is a business, you're spending 1 lakh right now, you're generating 2 lakhs next year, but then again, you're spending 4 lakhs and then you're generating 6 lakhs. So, eventually, that it is going to be in profit, but what is that value right now in the present market that results? That is what NPV is. But IRR is the
Okay. You can take your time a bit. You can think for like almost 20 to 30 seconds. Do you have a glass of water with you?
no, it's fine.
Okay.
IRR refers to the internal rate of return, and it
Okay.
refers to the rate that is done. The profit, like the rate for profit or loss, that is 2% or 3% profit or loss that is generated per year, and you use time value of money to find the present rate.
Okay. Okay, let's move on because you need to work a bit upon the IRR and the NPV concept. Geetika, tell me that obviously after SPJIMR, you would be having some kind of aspiration to join a particular company or on a particular domain. But I wanted that what other aspirations, that is something that everybody mostly do. Okay, but what other aspirations you have post your MBA or post SPJIMR?
Okay, so to be very honest, my long term goal is that I want to start a venture of my own. And right now, because I did work in family business, I have expertise. I got exposure to almost all the domains. I got exposure to operations, finances, marketing, everything. And it did reinforce my ambition to start my own venture. There have several ideas that have come up with my mind, that these are the places that I can eventually get into. And I also feel like SPGen will help me with that as well, with
Okay.
the alumni and the people that I'll actually mingle with. Like, those can be the people I can actually start a business with.
Okay, great. I will come to the venture thing again. Okay,
Okay.
Geetika. Let's move on to Rohin. Uh, Rohin, can you just introduce yourself within, 60 to 90 seconds? And obviously the same question, why SPJIMR compared to other B schools?
Sure. So my name is Rohin. I come from Mirzapur, Uttar Pradesh. I did my undergrad in civil engineering from IIT Ropar. Post graduation, I joined Trident Groups as an associate civil engineer, where I learned manufacturing and how a business is executed. Later on, I decided to move on to business development at L&T Realty, where I worked on multiple real estate transactions and got the clarity that this is the area where I want to build my career in strategy and investments. Um, and that's all about me. And coming to the question of why SPJIMR, uh, S- SPJIMR is located in one of the most happening city, that is Mumbai. And second, SPJIMR is one of the only institutions which give specialization in from the first year itself, like finance or marketing. And also, SPJIMR have that student exchange program. I won't call it student exchange, but Michigan State University, it is. I need to check up it is still collaborated with it or not, but there is some collaboration between Michigan State University and SPJIMR. So that's what I'm targeting. That's why SPJIMR.
Okay, the three reasons you told. The first reason is, are you joining SPJIMR because Mumbai is happening?
No,
Or are you?
it's it's happening city, and plus one of like JP Morgan and all have their offices there only,
Okay.
so it will be, yeah.
Okay, and the third reason that you told, most of the tier one institution have a student exchange program. Okay, SPJIMR also has a student exchange
Yeah.
program, and also the global fast track program. Okay, but why? Like these are most of the common things. Okay, why specifically you feel SPJIMR would be a really good school compared to the IIMs and the ISB?
Yeah, that's why second point, like SPJIMR gives the specialization from the first year itself only. So coming from a business development and coming from a technical background, and after working at L&T in business development, I got to know that I lack in some finance term and financial knowledge. So that's why I want to join SPJIMR in finance to build my financial skills and build my decision making skills so that I can contribute and make end to end decision ownership.
Okay, I get it. But a few of the things that you mentioned, okay, like the finance skills and the decision making skills. So finance skills you can, easily learn online this time because you have the GPTs of the world around right now. But how learning something at the very first year and not learning at the second year? Because obviously most of the things you will learn in the second year itself as a specialization. But uh, how is it how does it make sense actually to learn in the first year and you know pivot to the role that you wanted post SPJM?
uh, your question is ki
How
why
how
I
now how it makes a difference whether you learn it at the first year or whether you learn it at the second year?
I will get more exposure. I can participate in. It will be more focused towards finance only. So the thing which I was missing while working at L&T, I will get an exposure from the first year itself and um, have a broader knowledge
Okay,
as
okay,
if I learned something from first year itself, I guess.
okay. You are saying you wanted to get into finance and basically the finance domain.
Yeah.
Uh, I wanted to ask the same question that I asked to Geetika. Okay, whenever you are trying to choose two projects, okay, which would you consider, NPV or IRR?
I think some net issue from our side.
Yeah, something there was a little bit of goof of.
Our screen is frozen.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Hello.
Uh, Rohin, are you there?
Hello.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Rohin.
I'm really sorry, Abhilash.
Yeah, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. So I was asking the same question that I asked to Geetika. Whenever you are trying to choose a project, which KPI would you consider, NPV or IRR?
Uh, I like from my experience at L&T Realty, what my decisions were not mine, obviously, but I participated in decisions. And what I saw, the senior management usually ask what is the IRR. If it is more, then they decide according to that whether we should make a transaction or not. So from that perspective, I would say IRR. Even and those perspective that I wanted to learn in that's why I want to do a MBA in finance, because I don't know from where they are coming, if they are saying that IRR should be more, and so these things that I want to learn in a MBA, that where they are coming, if they are saying IRR should be more while making a decisions. That's why I,
Okay, okay, but I think the question was more towards which KPI to choose, not what what you want to do
yeah.
in your MBA.
No, no. I was saying I will say IRR because I don't know exactly what it is, what is NPV and IRR, but from my experience, what I see, my senior managers did was choosing, looking in IRR, looking at IRR.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Let's make the, interview a bit more engaging right now. Geetika, I told you that I will come again to the venture thing that you were telling that you have an aspiration. Can you can you just give me a brief idea what venture are you actually planning to set up, or what is the plan that you have?
Okay, there are a lot of options right now, but what I actually found in a market gap is protein. So
Okay.
except for Amul, there are not a lot of brands who are doing protein that is both good as well as cheap, because not
Okay.
a lot of people can actually go for the more expensive brands and the
Okay.
good ones. And also, Amul doesn't have a good operation and distribution system, right? Because whenever you go and check, does Amul have products in stock? They never do. So while there is a huge, that means there is a huge demand for products, which is very evident, but as well as there is a shortage, and that is a good market to get into.
Okay. So Geetika, you will play a devil's advocate right now. Okay.
Okay.
Rohin, Ishita, and Rahul. You listened to what Geetika said about the business case or the venture that she wanted to get into. Okay. I want you three to actually give up two strategic recommendations from your side, that how should Geetika scale up her business. And Geetika will play devil's advocate at the end if the recommendations provided are actually good or not.
Okay. So I recently, fortunately, read about this protein gap and all. So basically, what I have a recommendation for Gitika would be that uh, India's population is more towards like homemade meal is healthy. They don't care about the protein and on how much protein is required for a healthy body. So you should make Indians aware about the requirement of protein as per humans, and how much protein any body requires. That's what you should do first. Make people aware so that they would come to you to have a cheaper protein that you would provide.
And I told two, one more.
Okay, make people aware, and one of the things that protein market is lagging. I don't know if you considered that or not, but right now Amul is leading in cheap protein because they have vast distribution and supplier from all over the India of milk. So when they make paneer and all, they have that byproduct from which they are making protein powder. That's why that is cheap. So you could look over that and have cheaper protein.
Okay, let's move to Ishita right now.
Yeah. So I believe that Amul products are mostly out of stock because people trust Amul. And I don't know, I'm not sure how many brands are there which are still trusted, as well as they sell good protein. So, to build a brand value, I think you should actually focus on building first your product and then target a brand which is well known and then sell your product to them. So that at least it can be like you don't have to worry about the operations, but you have generated a good and cheap product which can help people. So I think brand value is very important, and to build the brand which Amul has built over so many years is very difficult so early. So yeah, that is what I believe for Amul. And the other thing is that basically my relative is a nutritionist. So she is also basically you can also collaborate with multiple nutritionists and people who goes to the gym, so that they can recommend their friends and families for your protein, which is also like the strategy of Amway and currently Oriflame. So word of mouth strategy can help you very well to increase your sales for the protein.
Okay. Rahul, it's your turn right now. Give
Yeah.
me two crisp strategic recommendation, and then we'll move on to the final, thing, and tell Gitika to weigh out which recommendation would be better for her.
So I'll take a step back and look at the supply part of it, that is the raw material. And I believe for making protein, you need a residue material, which like the core product of it is the milk, right? And the big giants like the Amul or say for that matter, Mother Dairy do have that supply chain with them. Either what you can do is look at target the niche area, supply high quality product, or uh, build in cheaper product with mass targeting, right? Other thing what you can do is labeling of your product, like procuring your product from somewhere else, then labeling it with your brand, right? That is the another thing. Another thing which is possible, I mean, could be uh, yeah, I think these two
Okay,
are
okay.
the.
Geetika, now you have listened to everyone's recommendation, and this is going to my final question, and then I will move on to Rishabh. What do you think? Which one would be better for you according to the recommendation which are being provided, and which one would be, not so good or wouldn't chatter your way to the venture that you wanted to build?
Okay, so the good one will be Ruhin's, the one where she said that it makes more sense to make people aware, because research shows that Indians actually don't, as she said, they prefer homemade meals, right? For example, you'll go and ask your moms and dads, and they'll say, "Dal, have dal. It has a huge source of protein," but it actually doesn't. It is very, it is not. And I don't think it actually makes sense to go and say ki you can build trust like Amul, because right now there are not a lot of people who actually do have trust in Amul, because a lot of products in recent market and conditions, the way they are sold, you find various things in their products. So Amul has lost a lot of trust in the market as well. And yeah, also talking to the for the raw material, right? So that was a good idea, because milk, all these dairy products, they have whey as the byproduct, and whey is what is actually needed to make protein. So it makes sense that I go in and collab with them, that you give me your whey, because that will be cheap, because anyways this is their byproduct, right? So they are going to sell this to someone else. um, that is a very good way of getting raw material for a cheap price, and then going ahead with this. That's it.
Okay, I think Geetika knows more about, her venture compared to the finance she has studied. But okay, Rishabh, moving on to you.
Yeah. So, guys, do you have a pen and paper beside you?
Yeah.
Cool. So, one last question from my side, and this will be a puzzle. We'll stop at whosoever answers the first, and that is it. Okay. Uh, Suppose you have a gold rod of 7 unit length, okay, and you are an employer, and you have to pay your employee from that gold rod of 7 unit length. Now, the employee, he is working for 7 days, and the mode of payment is such that at the end of day one, he should be given 1 unit of gold. At the end of day two, he should be given 2 units of gold. At the end of day three, 3 units of gold, and so on. At the end of day seven, 7 units. Okay. Now, how will you make this possible, considering you can make only two cuts in the rod, not more than that? If you have any queries, you can ask.
Gold rod is of 7 unit that I have.
Yeah, gold rod length is 7 units.
Can we add and like pay to like in a second day for one and two for the first and second day?
I didn't get you. Please repeat.
For the first and second day, can we pay like collectively, like 3 units at the end of second day?
I'm not getting you. 3 units. You need to pay 2 units to that guy at the end of second day.
Okay.
Not more than that. You guys
We
have two
can,
minutes
hello,
remaining. You guys have 2 minutes remaining. Yeah, tell me.
we can make one cut at a distance of 1 unit from one end,
Mhm.
and the second cut at the distance of 3 unit. Basically, one bar is of 1 unit length, and second bar is of 2 unit length, and third bar is of 4 unit length.
Mm-hmm.
So on the first day, I will give him 1 unit bar, and on the second
Mm-hmm.
day, I will give him 2 unit bar. On the third day, 2 plus 1. On the fourth day, 4 unit bar, and fifth day, 4 plus 1, 5. Like this, I.
Got it. Yeah, that is the correct answer. I think, yeah, that's it from our side also. Do you guys have any questions for us before we end this interview? Cool. No questions from anyone. Acha.
You guys can share your experience at SPJIMR if you can.
Yeah, that will share definitely. Yeah, going forward. But yeah, regarding the interview, no questions from your side. Cool. I think we are done here. So, Avinash, should we start with the feedback?
Sure, sure, sure. First of all, to uh, great, great interview regarding, the first GI you went through, because SPJN has a clearly different set of process compared to the IIMs and the other B schools. Um, so the first thing that I wanted to tell you is that make your TMAY, that is your tell me about yourself, more, crisper and more impactful. Okay, your TMAY should have hooks that could, turn the table around you. Okay, it shouldn't be like, uh, you know, um, a set of experiences you just have. It should flow like a story, and so that the interviewers can ask you from that story that you have told. Okay, that either they will have a form A and either the form B with them, but mostly your TMAY should do the first half of the job. Okay. Um, I think let's get into because Ishita was mostly asked by Rishabh. Rishabh, first you
Mhm.
go with Ishita so that we can go with the rest.
Okay, so yeah, I was also thinking the same. I'll cover Ishita and Rahul and any common points I have for Rohin and Geetika. So for Ishika to start with good answers, I really like the answers which you have. One thing which I felt was that you are not waiting for the question to complete. One of the first questions which I asked, my question was mostly on what are the types of data analysis, not on where you are using data analysis on the your current tenure in WorkX. So before I could complete it, you started explaining that. So yeah, just wait for the question to complete. Your answers are good, your knowledge is fine. So that is one feedback which I felt. Second is this is a generic feedback, and I mean, just think it from the interviewer's perspective that they are listening to so many answers, right? So you have to be very specific and not blabber, in my opinion. Like whatever is being asked, just be to the point, be crisp. 60 seconds से 70 सेकंड में if you can wrap it, then it is good. But yeah, just being crisp is something which goes for all interviews, including SP. SP is not nothing different. So yeah, I felt that there are certain areas which you were like blabbering a lot. Yeah, so that is the feedback which I felt from your side. Content is really good from your side, so no, no feedback on the content aspect because you were able to justify a lot of things correctly. Yes, since you are sitting for the interview, know a bit about data analysis, AI, ML, all these latest trends, etc., current affairs, which goes for any interview, right? And going forward to Rahul, I feel your intro is very long. uh, People might get zoned out or might not pick the aspects which you want them to pick so as to they can ask questions from those aspects, from those areas. So yeah, crispiness is something which you need to work on. Blabbering and not specific is something which I felt in you also. Uh, just being to the point is something which is needed. Is this your guys' first interview, like Ishita and Rahul, for both of you?
Yes,
Yes.
this is my
Cool.
first.
Yeah, that then it is expected, not an issue. Uh, yeah, last year also when I was going by the process and I was at your same place, or maybe at a worse position than you guys are at this point. So you guys are doing pretty good, if I have to put it honestly. Uh, just one of the areas I felt for Rahul is that you need to work on your YSP answer. I think one of the candidates mentioned about the core courses, but was it Rohin or Geetika? Who was it? Uh, Rohin, you were the one, right? Yeah, so see, for anything YSP answer, there are a lot of things for any college which you go in their website, you will find uniqueness about what this college is doing compared to anything else. Right. So go through those things. There, SPJIMR specifically has a lot of things which it does, which makes it stand out from other colleges. So think about those things and learn and understand. Okay, if can I include these things in my answer? Okay. Again, going back to last year also, I was also not aware of these things, but when I was following the website and what all my college is doing, I mean, even before this joining the like giving the interviews, I used to talk with my friends and say, "Ki, this is one college I want to go." And there is something, it was a very honest confession because there are lots of things which are there in the website, which you see, you will get your answer to YSP. Okay, so go through the website well, just scan it through as much as you can. Rahul, I believe that you need to work on your YSP answer. And like feedback to both Ishita and Rahul would be that have a smile on your face. It gives a pleasing sort of sense, number one. And also it gives us some sense of like to the interviewer, it gives a sense that you are confident and you are not getting stressed and all those things. So yeah, having a smile does help a lot. There's a feedback to you two guys. Getting on to Rohin and Gitika, I think yeah, most of them Abhilash will be covering. Rohin, very good on the attentive part. I just tossed a question out to you that where is Rahul from? But that was just to check if you guys are attentive during the interview or not. Because when the GIs will happen, you guys have to be attentive to what other person is also saying and nod your head or whatever. Don't sit like a robot there. So I think that is one area, Rohin, you did really good that you were attentive. And where Rahul is from, that is one of the first questions he like that he mentioned in the intro. That was like what 5 to 7 minutes back. So yeah, I really like that part that you remembered that one. Again, YSP, same feedback to you that you need to work on finding more reasons apart from the core courses one. Okay. So yep, that is to you. And coming up to Gitika, I think uh, good confidence on the answers. I would say that only. I was trying to find anything like negative or anything which we can mention as such, but honestly, I couldn't find much. You know your venture well, you know your domain, sort of good enough.
It's just
And
that I didn't actually prepare.
yeah, that's what. So if you are being honest about something, that comes internally. You need not prepare about those things, and maybe that is why it got reflected very like it was reflecting very well. So yeah, I like the confidence in your answers, Kritika, specifically. And yeah, that is a feedback from my side to all of you guys. And yeah, well done on the puzzle which was asked in the end. Rohin, you got the correct answer. Yeah.
Okay, so I will mostly go with Gitika and Rohin, and also a very general thing that I wanted to say to you, all of you. First of all, Gitika, real good confidence in articulation of your answers. You have a really good voice modulation, actually, the way you are saying the answers. But the issue while saying the answer was that you stopped at a point. You said the answer. You stopped at a point, and it felt like you were trying to make the interviewer complete the answer. Okay, it felt like that. Okay, so whenever you are completing the answer, complete it properly. Okay, and don't look at the interviewers because obviously the offline setup it will look a bit weird. Okay, so try to work on that. Moreover, have you because you have mentioned that you have cleared CFA level 1. Okay. Uh, the issue with not I won't say it's going to be an issue for you, but some of the financial concepts will be actually thrown at you. Okay, either through a case or either through what is the difference between this, the basic corporate finance concepts may be thrown at you. Okay, so be, very vigilant about those facts. Okay, be vigilant about those concepts. Okay, your venture thing came out real. The why SPJIMR. Okay, both Geetika and Rohin mentioned that it's located in Mumbai. Okay, so uh, it's other institutions are also located in Mumbai. Okay, so you have to be very conscious and also very particular about why you want to get into SPJIMR. Okay, very particular. You have to scan the website well, other than the core courses, what SPJIMR is actually offering, which is making it differ from the, from the AB, the Holy Trinity and the other B schools. But also one of the things that Gitika said as a fact that though it's a new institution, but it's taking head on, it's correct. Okay, but why? Okay, and that there you have to dig upon it. Okay. um Very good part on Gitika's side when she tried to explain her dream venture that she wanted to build. Good confidence. She knows in and out. You know in and out what you're doing and what you wanted to do. So as Rishabh said, if you know something in and out, it will come automatically and honestly from your side. Okay. Didn't seem like you were bluffing. Okay. It seemed like you were very honest about what you wanted to build. Okay. So I think this is one of the strength thing and the obviously the improvement part I have told. Rohin, just one thing that regarding the experience you have in L&T, try to connect because the reason you told that SPJIMR teaches, the concepts vary in the first year. Whether you learn at the first year or whether you learn at the second year, it doesn't make a difference. Okay, what makes a difference is that whenever you graduate out of SPJIMR, what would be, what would you become actually? What would be the changes in you regarding, the concepts regarding business, the concepts regarding ethics, the concepts regarding responsible leadership. Okay, so you have to be very much, inclined with what the college is offering actually. Okay. As Rishabh like rightly mentioned, see the core courses are something which will be similar to all the other courses. Okay, but you have to differentiate it out. One of the other things, Ruhin, is that let the interviewer complete the question and let the interviewer direct it. Okay, in group interview, it's normally the interviewer will direct it to where which person to be asked first and which person to be asked last. Okay. So as soon as I told, give two strategic recommendation, I was first going to Ishita actually. Okay. And I was going to tell that take 30 seconds of time and then go to strategic recommendation. Wait for the interview to complete. Even for Ishita also, sometimes, when Rishabh was asking, you were a bit, hesitant. Not hesitant. You were a bit in the sense that you wanted to answer fast. Okay. So take care of all these things. It was a great group interview from all of you being the first. Okay. And work on the improvements and you will really do great in the interviews. Rishabh, any more thing that you wanted to add?
No, nothing on my side. I think you all four of you guys are doing pretty good to start with. You still have what? Whenever your interview is good 10 to 15 days in hand. So yeah, again, as I said last year, I was not even 50% prepared of what you guys are right now,
Like,
honestly speaking. So yeah, come 15 days later, you guys will ace it. Like it will be a cakewalk for you, hopefully. So yeah, well done on the first launch here.
Thank
Thank you.
I have a few questions if you don't mind, guys.
Yeah, can we ask the questions right now or for the YT live?
I think
Hmm.
it's yes. Yeah, here
Okay.
you can ask. Yeah, you can go ahead.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, you
No,
can
no,
go
it's
ahead.
fine. You go ahead.
So, one thing that Rishabh mentioned of the TMAY part. So, I have done a good research on what to write, what will be the my hook points, what I want the interview to talk about, right? So,
Hmm.
in that, and I have framed that 60 second part, 60-second thing for the TMAY. Like, if it still not that good, can you review it for me? If you don't find it that good, and I want that to be 100 out of 100.
Okay. See, one of the areas is voice modulation and the interest in the way you are saying matters a lot. Okay.
Hmm.
The when you were saying, firstly, it looked like you didn't have much of an energy. Okay. It might be because
Okay.
online interfaces, so that's why. And 60-second felt very long to my side. Okay. At the same time, if you are saying the same things with a lot of enthusiasm, if you are doing proper voice modulation, then all
Okay.
those things automatically like makes the conversation a bit more interesting. Yeah, that is something which you can do. Number two is if you have researched your content well and know the hooks and everything, then to it is fine. Then you need not change the TMAY. But yeah, definitely how you are presenting it.
Okay. And the second thing is, when you are throwing questions at me, like the AI one, does it
Mhm.
make sense, or it is just cluttered words that I am throwing at you? वो कुछ sense बना रहे थे, right?
See, it definitely made sense, but again, I have to find the of 1,000 words you were saying, I have to find the 200 or 300 words which made sense. Instead of saying 1,000 words, you can just say 200 words only or 300 words only, so that it makes my job easier. That's what I was saying, that being to the point and specific.
Okay, so on CRISPR side, every answer should be
Yeah,
got it.
yeah. Just anybody else.
If it's related to SP, you can ask. It shouldn't be like, you know, what experience we are having, and uh, not shouldn't be only related to interview. But yeah, Geetika, go ahead.
Okay, great. So the thing is, I know my undergrad subjects ke upar I'll have to study. I have to work on that for sure. But my question is that in the tell me about yourself, should I start with that my long-term goal is I want to start a venture of my own, so that becomes a talking point. Yeah, should I not mention that because then that takes away from a question of what is your long-term goal, and then
Rishabh, you can go ahead. Then I will add.
Okay. No, I think you can mention. There is no issue with that because that is a area in which you are very much passionate about. I believe if any question comes, you will be able to defend it well. And one of the areas is I felt ki that is like ball is in your court if you mention that. So as a candidate, you would definitely want to be asked questions on which you are comfortable in. So
definitely
there is no reason to not to mention it, in my opinion.
got it. Great.
I think you can mention either at the first or at the last, but have a very, the pitch should be high or something like that, or have that level of confidence while telling about the venture at the very first. Okay, at the very, at
No
the tell me
gaps.
about yours. Yeah, tell me about yourself. Split the timing between your current experience and your current undergrad, and also give a sufficient amount of time about describing your venture actually. Okay, so this will direct, as Rishabh said, this will mostly direct the interview towards your aspiration actually, and also be very vigilant about the profile or the specialization you guys have been selected. You should know that the professors or the panelists or the alums that will be sitting over there, they will be from a specific industry. Okay, and like for example, if Geetika, if you say about the venture thing, mostly if your specialization in marketing, then they might ask concepts related to marketing, how you can scale up your business, or you can find leads through some of the marketing concepts. Okay,
Done.
so uh, that's the entire.
Marketing concepts are important. I have a doubt about this as well. When it will be a GD, so will all the people in the room they'll have same specialization or different specializations?
It can vary. It
It
can
can
vary.
it can vary.
It can vary.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have a doubt
So
like when you asked why SPJIM, so I answered that because it offers specialization from the first year itself. Because I
Mhm.
found that differentiating factor from their schools. So what
Okay.
did you guys expecting? I wanted to know like why.
See, SP has lots of things which it does differently. Okay. Number one is there is this thing of non-classroom learning, which is what like makes SP different from very like any other colleges. Other colleges don't have these things. The Abhyodaya and all those things, they come under the non-classroom learning. There's also this thing of DOCC, which is a like rural internship which you do for a month in your second year. Again, something which is not there in any other colleges. So these are few of the areas which you can mention. Uh, Another area which I believe like which you could do is like right now if you go through the like website and everything, there are lots of events happening. Recently, Spandan happened. The 3 to 4 days later, there will be Asra happening. There is a lot of emphasis on the social angle on giving something back to the society. That is something which you will find very much explicitly being highlighted in the SP's website because that is something they genuinely want to do to the towards the society. So yeah, again, something which makes SP what it is. Number four, you can also go through the curriculum. If you like certain subjects, you can mention that also. That subjects so and so are the few of the many courses I believe are will help me bridge the gap between my current position and my long-term goal. So websites ka like curriculum and everything is available in the public domain. You can see that. 4 points I have mentioned. Apart from that, definitely the rest of the points people anyway say the guest lectures, alumni networking, etc., etc. That is something very generic, but find something which is different, which will help you stand out from the others. Everyone will say holistic business perspective. Everyone will say to gain business acumen. Everyone will say what we say, like anything on those lines, that networking, diverse peer groups. That is something everyone will say. So find something which not everyone will say. Anything else?
I wanted to ask, like,
Yes.
I have two experiences. One is
Mm-hmm.
my internship and one is my job experience.
Mm-hmm.
So, which one should I focus on more while tell me about yourself question?
See, you are asking specifically to the TMAY segment, the 60-second one.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes.
WorkX, definitely WorkX. Because in WorkX, again, you will have more pointers to mention in the 28 months. And also you must have some sort of achievements or some sort of great deliverables which you had over the 28 months of WorkX, which is definitely not possible in the 6 months of internship. Right. So definitely WorkX you can mention, you should mention. Intern maybe a one-liner or two-liner depending on what is the TMAY you are presenting. But yeah, WorkX.
Okay.
Yeah, one more thing I have to ask, like for the GI one,
Mm-hmm.
uh, what are they looking for? Is it like a GD or a case study? Like, do they really, the students in the group are like कि भाई उस room को बहुत ही clustered बना दिया and nobody is listening to nobody.
No,
Like
no, it's
See.
ऐसा.
something I think the fact the GI is being conducted is not something a group discussion. Okay, it's something related to how you are actually for the specialization that you are first of all for the, which specialization you are being selected and how good you are with to test out how actually fit for that specialization you are. That is that is also being said is quite importance is provided to it. Second thing is that they wanted to know how well you are interacting, not how well you are debating, how well you are interacting with the peers that you have currently in the group, and also how well you are listening to them. Okay, so these first 2 to 3 things are actually being seen by the interviewers first of all. Also, they wanted to know like with regards to the form B and the form A that you guys actually put up. Okay, you guys actually write how much honest you are with respect to the answers that you have provided in the form, because these things can be picked up in the interview itself. Okay, so technical concepts, yes. Being ethical and empathetic, yes. Uh, Being truthful and honest, yes. being having a very specific direction towards what you actually wanted from SPJIMR. That is also being tested. Okay. Nothing
Yeah,
but
I think Avilash said a very right point. However, Rahul, one more thing is that we are students, right? And even while here for like 7, 8 months, uh, everything is a black box when it comes to the criteria on which we are being looked after. Even till date, we do not know, right? So there is this thing in cricket, like control the controllables, right? What they are looking at you is something which even you don't know. What Abhilash said, like focus on these things. These are certain things which we as students felt that maybe this was being looked after. Again, this is not an official, like these are the parameters somewhere being mentioned. Definitely not. What is being actually being looked after is something neither we can say nor anyone can say. You can just, since it is a group interview, you can just try to be cordial in a group, uh, answer the questions which is being asked, wait for your turn, listen properly, all those basic things which is on your hands. After that, if they have to look for something in you, let them look into it. But you shouldn't worry about that, okay, they are looking this into me, so I will have to project
correct.
accordingly.
Exactly.
Forget about those
Okay.
things.
Yeah.
So, since you mentioned that control the controllables and also GI1 is eliminative in nature, so do
Mhm,
like what are the checklists that they have? Ki bhai, if this person is that sort of, then it is
mhm.
like getting rejected. One
Again,
is
That's
for
what
sure
Rishabh
that
said, that there's no
again,
certain checklist like
there
that.
is no
Okay.
certain checklist.
Checklist like
In
that.
one of my friends' interview, like there were 5 people. There was this one candidate of the out of 40, 45 minutes. This candidate was asked for questions for what, 30 minutes? That's close to 80% of the time. And my friend was asked just one question, and certain questions were asked to other candidates. When the results came, the guy who was answering for 30 minutes, he couldn't make it to GI2. But the guy who answered just one question, he made it to GI2. So that's what, like, wait for your turn. Whatever the question is being asked, just give it your best shot. That's it. Checklists and all, you need not worry because that is something we do not know. No one knows it. So let's not think about it.
cool. Yeah.
I think we can close up the session right now. And it was a great interview, guys, for the very first interview that you gave. Uh, Thank you, Rishabh, uh,
Mhm.
for the great questions that you have asked currently. And I hope you guys have got the idea that how the GI interview takes place in SPJIMR for the first round, and also a bit about, on the second round on the ethical side. Okay. So I think we can wrap up right now. And to the people who are watching live, thank you for coming. And we can close up this.